What's up, my witches? What's up, my sacred fools? Welcome to you for Wednesday Night Luna Live. And if you're new here and just hanging out and watching, which it looks like it's all family right now, but if you watch it in the future, just so you know what we do here on Wednesday nights. I have 3 tarot decks, I have 3 oracle decks, and we play. So these are readings for the collective, and some are very specific, some are very broad, and you are free to claim whatever resonates for you. Okay? How's everybody doing? It's been a weird day today. Woke up this morning, it was patchy clouds, but sun coming in the window, gorgeous day, chilly, but gorgeous day. And then when evening came down, it couldn't decide if it was raining or snowing, and it was just ugh, icky. Hi, Darcy. Yes, my love, I knew you had to show up tonight. You had to. I was going to take issue. Hi, Roxanne. Hi, Tavia. Hi, Catherine. So good to see everybody. So when I was thinking about, what kind of label to throw out there tonight, and I don't put a whole lot of thought behind it. If there's something very specific, I'll mention it, but usually it's just something to distinguish it from all the other live streams. But I was thinking, and it was on my mind because my husband's birthday is April 1st. He is my April Fool. So it's Saturday, and I was thinking, yeah, why not? Why not do an April Fool kind of thing here? And hello, Ellen Marie. Welcome, my dear. If you are here watching and you're not in the chat and you would like to be, you do have to be subscribed for exactly 1 minute before you may participate in chat. And I will tell you, we have a welcoming, absolutely lovely community of people here. So we welcome you to subscribe and jump in on the chat. Anyhow, thinking about fools, there's a saying that the wisdom of God is madness to the people of the world. That the wisdom of the world is madness before the face of God, and the wisdom of God is madness to the people of the world. And, what does that mean? It means that sometimes we just can't understand. Things are so, the big lessons, particularly the big spiritual truths, are so very simple. So simple. They have to be simple to cover all the ground, The more specific things get, the less ground they cover. So I was thinking about that and how, a fool can be seen to be someone who's stupid, someone who doesn't have any sense, the village idiot kind of thing. But then there were the fools, like the jesters and the king's fool, who could open his mouth and say something that nobody else could say without getting, fucking murdered, depending on the king. But, without it falling from grace or, it having some kind of social consequences. And so the fool, but why the fool got away with it is because he pretended, he put on the act of, I'm just an idiot, I'm just saying stupid things, ha ha ha, rattled the little thing with the bells. And so the fool could get away with things by feigning madness, or by and everybody knew the fool wasn't crazy, he was a performer, but that was the role that he played in the court, is to say things that everybody was thinking, but nobody else dared to say. So, we are going to, there's Sam, there you are, honey, I was worrying. Yay, I'm so glad you made it. So glad. You and Darcy both, baby. So yeah, to be a fool, the fool, if you think about the fool in the tarot, it's innocence. And it's also all potential. That 0 on the fool doesn't mean he's blank, doesn't mean, he's 0 in terms of intellect. It means that he encompasses everything. That 0 is everything. It's nothing and everything. But that state of nothingness or emptiness is, part of the fool, and they can just be so innocent and take life at face value, innocent, simple, and in that innocence and simplicity, very, very, very wise. So, schnackerdoodles. So yeah, we're gonna fool around tonight, and thank you for those likes. If you're hanging around waiting for things to kick off here, please hit the like button. It helps me a lot. And how did you see the unboxing I put up yesterday of what's it called, Midnight Magic deck, the Mushroom Tarot? I discovered that pre-ordering is a really good thing, but you got to do it like just a couple of days before they're released. And if you order from Amazon, they deliver on release day. So there are some other decks that I'm going to be waiting for. I've started a pre-order wish list, and I may start posting it on my videos. I don't know. Anyhow, and yes, Darcy, we're going to celebrate Darcy's birthday very soon. So yes, happy birthday to all early Arieses. Sorry, I had coffee, now my mouth is dry. So, let's get it going here. Let's do a bit of a cleansing and a blessing and a grounding. Oh my God, why do you do this? Sometimes. And I don't know if you notice my eggs up here. This one was actually purchased for me by Darcy at this egg festival we went to last year in Akron, and there was all these people making pisanki, and this was just such a perfect thing to, here, wait a minute, let's see if I can get it to, these beautiful hand-painted eggs in honor of Ukraine, because the invasion was quite fresh at the time. Come on. Come on. I'm stubborn tonight. I also have shaky hands, so not a good combination. All right. And then this one was made by my husband's sister, who is Sharon Carlisle, who is an installation artist in Colorado. And she does amazing work, and she's had different phases of work. And this was a phase where she was skinning things in leather. So that's a marble egg that is skinned in leather. And downstairs we have a chunk of the Rocky Mountains, and I am not exaggerating. It is a big, like, cubular hunk of Rocky Mountains that probably weighs 75 pounds. And it is all skinned in leather, tightly skinned. It's all like burnished on so you can see all the little lumps and bumps. And that, 70 whatever pound hunk of rock, my son Tam used to shove across the floor before he could stand up and walk on his own. That's another Mars rising person. Marcy, welcome. The philosophical ramifications of zero, absolutely. Awakening to 0 point. Okay. Baden or Braden? I'm so glad you're here, Marcy. Best of. Okay, Greg Braden. Hi, baby Joe. Welcome, my dear. Hello, Beck. Welcome to you. Laura, I'm so glad you're here. Yay. I'm glad you were looking forward to it. Me too. Me too, really. All right. So let's get our elements together. We're just going to see if it will put itself out. There, I helped it. By air and fire. May this space be purified and charged, and may our minds be inspired, and our vision be open. Make sure the decks get a good whiff. And by water and earth. May this space be blessed and made whole. May we be healed. May we be sustained. And by the sound of the bell, may Spirit be present. I'm sorry if that blew your ears off. If you have headphones on, I didn't mean to hit that hard. Right next to the microphone, too. So call into your mind the deities that you commune with, and ask that they come into our presence, and we thank guides and guardians, allies, and ancestors for being here with us tonight. And we offer you fresh water, and we offer you the fire of Azrael. Let the spirit of divination be abundantly present tonight in our divine play. Hello, Quirto. You were Nico Girl. Quirto was Nico Girl. Hi, welcome, Nico Girl. Yay! I'm so glad you're here, my dear. All right. The Marseille curse. Uh-oh, what did I miss? Hold on, I'm missing something here. Okay, join back. Taking a Marseille online. Oh, I see. Smart ass. Har har. A Marseille course. Nice and loud mage jump. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, you guys. No online curses. Well, if there are online curses, then there are online blessings too. And I hope this is one for you. Marcy, I think what's causing the fun here is that a course is what you mean to say, an online course, like a class. But curse is something entirely different. Take the O out of course, take the 0 out of course, and you have a curse. All right, let's do a little bit of grounding. Let's do a quick grounding. Let's just kind of all come down into the body. Drop your root, your cord, down into the ground. Let everything drain that you don't need right now. You're going to claim this hour and a half to 2 hours. Claim it for yourself. We're going to put a boundary up around it so that you can be fully present and let go of any stress of the day, any stress facing you, afterwards. Let's just let all of that drain. It's kind of like the burden basket in the Sacred Path cards, and we used to do this at Mother Drum. We had a basket set, and you could write your burdens down and then put them in the basket. And it was a tradition before you would visit someone else's home, before you would go into their dwelling, you would write down, or not write down, but you would leave your burdens in the basket outside the door, because it was the height of rudeness to bring those burdens into a friend's abode. And it was also very rude if you forgot to pick up those burdens before you left. So let's just leave all our burdens. And then let's... Marcy, your English is not poor at all, my dear. Not at all. All right, so allow that energy, earth energy, to come rushing up into your body now. And as it does, feel your entire body. Feel your skin. Feel from top to bottom. And allow your awareness to just kind of settle right down to your center. That golden green earth energy just rush around inside you. Doing a lot of house cleaning here. Mostly what it cleans out first is tension, which is excess energy. It's energy that robs you of energy. So let's clean out the tension first. And as that happens, you feel yourself relax. You feel your muscles soften from the top of your head all the way down. Let your breath all the way out. On the next in-breath, pull that earth energy up into your body. See it so bright and light. And release your breath. On the next in-breath, pull it up more. Release the breath. Pull in more earth energy. Release out the crown. Watch this beautiful fall of earth energy come all around you, surrounding you and framing you and holding you. From above your head down to below your feet where it joins around your root. Open up your crown, let the cosmic energy pour in, blue and silver. Feel it just tingling its way all the way down to the bottoms of your feet. Connecting with the earth energy, spinning. It's like when every little flash of earth energy joins with every little flash of cosmic energy and they begin to spin. There's like, you know, a little cosmos right there. Right there. And let that cosmic energy go all the way down, out the root, and back up the outside. And more formally now, let's call into presence the gods, goddesses, the beings that you honor, the beings that you embody. And we offer our gratitude for their presence here tonight. And I would ask all of my guides, first of all, thank you so much for being here. And we want some wild play tonight. Let's play, all right? Yeah, bring it. Now, one more thing. Let your breath all the way out. Inhale. And on the next exhale, push a layer of that egg out. And feel it drawn to the layers of everybody else's eggs, and they kind of latch and cross, and the energy just compounds. We are all connected, always, but it's best to be consciously connected. Ah, yes, Marcy, you are wonderful. Good, yes, well, keep breathing. I invite you to keep breathing in that nice, relaxed way while you're here. We've got a lot of energy moving, a lot of power moving, and let's just keep it circulating. Borrow what you need to borrow, lend what you can lend. Round and round and round it goes. Too much tired these days? Well, not really. Actually, I've been feeling pretty good, but I mean, you're in the southern hemisphere. Your light is going to start waning now. We're you know, still pretty balanced right now, but I mean, all this, the Mars energy, that's it. Mars going into Cancer. Yes, last Saturday I felt it hit like a fucking wet blanket. So yes, I do feel energy dampened. I'm not feeling so much tired as just, you know, not raring to go. So all right. Welcome. Anybody new here? Welcome, welcome. If you're here right now, please hit that like button for me. Do me a favor. Pushing a little and going over. Yeah, I agree, Samantha. I agree. All right. Let's introduce the decks tonight, shall we? And I will try to give a reason why they're in the Fool's thing. First of all, we have the Morgan's Tarot. Do wacky do. And I almost didn't include this with the tarot decks because it really isn't a tarot deck, but it's not an oracle either, and it's not a Lenormand. It's its own thing. It's the Morgans. So it's a fun deck, and it's, you know, all bets are off. So there's the Morgans. Then we have, we have the Oracle of the Shapeshifters, Lucy Cavendish, Jasmine and Beckett Griffith. I have now fucked up my light. Just a minute. Oh, come on now. There. All right. Then, oops. I need a keeper so bad. Then we have the Spiritual AF card, and this is by, I believe her name is Roxanne McDonald. So another Roxanne. All right, and then we have, yes, Tavia, we have the Mystical Shaman Oracle by Alberto Villaldo, Colette Baron Reed, Marcelo Lobos. And this one's here. So the Shapeshifters is here. I need a keeper so bad. I told you I'd explain why. The Shapeshifters is here because they are kind of the tricksters. You know, they shift into different things, and that's kind of a characteristic of trickster energy, is thinking you're dealing with one thing and it shifts into another. So that's why Shapeshifters is here. Spiritual AF is here because it's Spiritual AF. Why not? It's just, you know, it's a wonderful oracle. This one is here because shamans fulfilled a role of divine fools in so many cultures. You know, they were the ones that carried Heyoka medicine sometimes, and they would just, you know, be that divine crazy person in order to bring lessons and enlightenment and healing to their people. Then we have Cirque du Tarot. I have never used this one in a live before. And it's circus, so why would it not be here? Clowns and whatnot. And then we have the Mystical Medleys deck. And this one's by, I keep forgetting to give authors, you guys. Gary Hall. Gary Hall, and the author here, Lisa Robertson, and illustrated by Josh Tufts. And okay, I think I got all the except for Morgan's. Do we have authors here? Well, shit. Hold on. Morgan's Tarot. You know, I've never really. Morgan Robbins. Thank you. I knew it had to be Morgan. Or somebody Morgan, or Morgan somebody. I have learned recently that if your mouth is dry, don't just chug water. Take a mouthful of water and hold it in your mouth so your tissues can soak it up. Hello, duh. All right. The Wolf on the Shapeshifters. But I'll tell you what, that was a deck that I bought used. And I think it is now, or it was originally published by Blue Angel, I'm not sure. It's one of the only other Simon & Schuster, as Simon & Schuster decks that I have. And when I first looked at it, the first two cards that came out were my daughter and my son. I mean, they were just like right there. One is wolf, one is fox. So yeah, they're alive. Alrighty then. Let's take a look at our Astro Dice. What do we need to focus on tonight? Tell us what the presiding weather report is here. All right, Pluto. In Capricorn, in the 8th, which is Pluto's own house. So I was thinking about this today, and, you know, I hope that, I mean, when Pluto goes into Aquarius, and I'm talking about the shit hitting the fan and everything, but remember that Pluto's action is very, 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 very slow. Uranus's action is sudden and disruptive, and Pluto is under the sway of Uranus. So things are going to get updated, but I was thinking about this today, and it's like there are so many things that have to play out. There are so many karma trains on the track right now. And, you know, if we're looking at things like the war in Ukraine, every one of the bullshit storylines going on in the US right now. You know, when we look at all these things, each of those things kicked off at some point, and each of those kickoffs has a birth chart. So we've got a lot of birth charts as events that are active right now that have to play out, that have Pluto and Capricorn in the natal chart. You know, I thought about washing my glasses tonight before I started, and I decided I didn't need to. I was wrong. Okay, so yeah, there's still a lot of Pluto and I mean it's only going into Aquarius for a short hop before it comes back into Capricorn. This is why we don't really look for the big stuff to happen until it comes back into Aquarius for the third time, and the third and permanent time until it exits. So, and that's not going to be till 2025. All right. So, let's get it going here. Oh, anyway, Pluto and Capricorn in the 8th. So we know this. Pluto and Capricorn is that, you know, the hierarchy. It's the ultimate hierarchy. Capricorn is structures and hierarchies, and Pluto is dominance, absolute power. So we've gotten to see the corruption that power brings. And we have seen this drive to absolute power by so many. And we're also watching that get shut down. The 8th house talks about other people's resources. 2nd house is your own resources, your own values. The opposite house of that is your money or our money, our resources. And to me, that also says how I get support from people, because Scorpio naturally rules that house. And so there's that, you know, manipulation. And we all, when we are born and very, very small, and cannot yet verbally communicate, we manipulate. We learn to, you know, manipulate for the things that we need. And a cry is, you know, a communicator, but it also gets us what we need. So we learn, if I do this, I can get what I need. So, you know, looking at these power structures and the manipulation, but also looking at the transformation, Pluto, of our shared resources, that our money, the taxes that we pay, the money that's on this earth that belongs to all of us, and I mean, money is, what is it? It's a fiction. But the resources of this earth, the water, the air, the earth, and what grows from it, these are shared resources. And that absolutely flies in the face of this idea of one person having it all. That's not a workable structure. It's not at all a workable structure. So we need big transformation of the traditional things, that's Capricorn, the traditional structures, our history, a transformation of history. And I want to tell you something. I've talked before about how when you do your own healing, you also heal your ancestral line, because you say, I am no longer going to pass this along. You also heal your ancestral line by coming into understanding that they were traumatized too, so they get forgiven and released, and you do not carry on the toxic legacy. So we can also transform our history by changing what we do now, changing it, understanding what causes it, and deciding we're not doing this anymore. So, okay, let me see. Hello, Irina. I'm so glad you're here. Okay, so I mean, it's so funny that it's the reminder of Pluto and Capricorn is not done yet. We are not out of that bullshit yet. So we are still going to be seeing last gasps of, you know, wannabe dictators and people that think they can manipulate everything, you know, to their will. Anyhow, oh, tiny die. Oh, tiny die. Are we ready? Are we ready? Oh, flew right out my hand. They want to start with mystical medleys. Now, and welcome to anyone. Thank you so much for those likes. Welcome to anyone else who's just lurking. Please come join our community. You don't have to. I understand lurking. All right, I have already given these a very good shuffle. So, what would you like to tell us about tonight? Oh, Sacred Fools of the Mystical Medleys deck. I'm going to shuffle this way. All right, well, we got Page of Cups. So funny, because when I was asking this deck if it wanted to play tonight, that was the first one that came out. And here comes another one. King of Swords. I know you're laughing, Tavia. I'm getting better. I am absolutely embracing the courts. All right, we're just going to go straight from here. And the Seven of Cups. Let's take a look. All right. So, coming from Innocence, Page of Cups, talking about being like just raw emotion, being very much in touch with our sensitivities. And the King of Swords is being very much in command with our mental faculties. So if we have these two things, we've got young, we've got mature, we have emotional, we have intellectual, a balance of the qualities of humanity, you know, embracing that our emotional selves, allowing ourselves to be tender, allowing ourselves to be informed by our feelings, welcoming them. And King of Swords, you know, I've always called him the bastard or the motherfucker because that can be very rigid and judgmental, a very Aquarian card. But it's also saying it's the heir of air. It's saying that, you know, clear-minded, that what we would like to see Pluto bringing in with its transit into Aquarius is clear-mindedness. Really being able to see things with crystal clarity and with a long vision. Remember, Capricorn is a cardinal sign. It's in the now. Aquarius is fixed. It's down, you know, down the road, long term. So allowing us, and I'm glad that the, you know, the mature person here is the intellectual one, because we really do need to look at our modes and methods and our science and our technology and start thinking about what are we going to do to make sure things can last down the line. And we can't wait for governments to do it. We can't. Anybody that can invest in renewable energy just has to fucking do it. Take advantage, if you're a homeowner, take advantage of all of these, you know, credits and things they offer for solar panels and stuff. Our electrical bills, we just got a thing saying that our electric bills are set to double in June. At least double. And that we might want to look, you know, elsewhere. So we're going to be signing up with one of these, you know, conglomerate sort of things, and which is what gave us the huge bills last summer. So I don't know. We've got to get it together, but we have to get it together on, you know, an individual basis and a collaborative basis as well. And a clear-headed, clear-eyed basis. And then we've got Seven of Cups talking about, you know, all this dithering. All this dithering, and well, I don't know. Hold on. So Seven of Cups can talk about making a decision, but it also really talks about dithering. Well, I could do this, or we could do that, or we could, you know, and the dithering, which brings on haranguing and wrangling. So choices to make. And then we have Four of Pentacles here. We certainly have those that are looking to hoard the money. And then we have Eight of Cups. Okay. So emotionally, we have to take ourselves away from the money hoarders and, you know, not be focused on... not be focused just on the material. Although, as far as resources go, being conservative with resources and sharing resources. I've talked about this before, but this is talking about just kind of grasping onto resources. And Eight of Cups here talks about, you know, emotional leave taking. So with all the stuff we've got going on, it's very easy to fall into, I've got to hang on to my money, and I just can't spend the emotional energy in walking away. And look, we've got Knight of Wands here too. I'm going to put him over here. Seven, look at the 7s and 8s, and then we've got Ace of Wands. So we definitely have a tough road ahead of us. The Knight of Wands here says we've got to get on the move. On the kind of the past side, all right, what I'm seeing here is a shaking loose of resources to begin creating new things. Seven of Wands talks about us being able to stave off some of the worst of things. And then we've got the Devil. Oh my God. And there's the King of Wands. Yeah. Pages. Pages, Knights, and Kings. Tra-la. The Devil, right below the Four of Pentacles. We are so attached to money. And I don't know how we get out of this. Really, I don't. Because the system is so entrenched that if the banks were to come tumbling down and failing, what would people know what to do? I don't know. Okay. But King of Wands kind of has the look at the page. Oh my God. See? Sacred Fool. They're fucking mocking me. You guys know I hate court cards. I'm liking them a little better, but you know I hate them. So what are they doing? So what does this tell me, though? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 court cards. It says lots of people with lots of opinions. Quackity, quackity, quack, quack, right? Everybody's got their opinion. Ace of Wands right in the middle here says we just have to get busy. We can't wait for laws. We can't wait for those things to, you know, shake out politically. We just really do need to, okay, they want me to look at these two on the bottom here. We've got the Nine of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles. Look at that. Look at that. Nine of Pentacles talking about shoring up our own resources. Hello. And Six of Pentacles talking about loans and debts, but also talking about money or resources that are not worked for. So, wow, if that isn't ever open-ended, it just sort of really defines the struggle here to me and talks about all of the people that have something to say. The Page of Swords is about just shaking the cobwebs out of the brain. Look, we got the Page and the King here. We've really got to get our minds straight as far as, you know, how we think about things, how we acknowledge that we're all in this together, that it all belongs to everyone at once, that we have to take care of everyone with the resources we have, and that there is enough to take care of everyone. There's enough. There's enough without taking anything from anybody. Over here, that Four of Pentacles and the Devil, that's the zero-sum mentality. Here's zero. There's the zero. Not the zero of the Fool, innocence and all potential, the zero-sum mentality of everything is finite, everything is bounded in this circle, right? And there's only a limited amount, and if somebody else gets more, that means I get less. Or if somebody else gets some or any, then I get less. That's the voice of greed. And, you know, that voice of greed, Pluto and Capricorn in the 8th house of dominance and hierarchy, and I want to be the top and the best, and I want all the resources, even though they are shared. So Page of Swords says we can start the intellectual process of learning what we need to do to kind of transform our little bit of property and get ourselves set up, you know, against unexpected things and hiccups. I sound like a broken record. But we've just got to get on the road here. That Knight of Wands says, let's kick it off. Let's get going. There's hope here, but we got to dance with the Devil, yo. That's Pluto and Capricorn. Oh, boy. All right. Well, we're off and running. Ha ha. Ha ha. Isn't that funny, fools? Okay. Who's up next? I have a feeling it's going to be a long one tonight. Rock and roll with Dinah Dice. Let these readings be fun and nice or naughty. It's up to them. That's right. And 6 again. No. 6 is gone now. 5. Okay. 5 is the under the big top Cirque du Tarot. This is a Llewellyn deck. And shuffles like a dream, even though I did a bad job of that. Let me try once again. Powers and principalities are coming into the light of day. Yes, absolutely. Did you hear that 2 high school girls of color have just done, I think it was 2 new proofs of the Pythagorean theorem with trigonometry, which was said it couldn't be done. They said it couldn't be done, and these 2 girls have done it. Hurrah. Okay, so it spit out the Lovers card for us here. The Lovers, 5 of Pentacles, ooh boy, and the 5 of Swords. Wow. So we've got earth and air here. Conflict and strife in earth and air. Hold on, let me look at the images, because I haven't really used this deck. All right. Very interesting images that aren't really triggering, so I just draw on what what I've got in my head. But 5 of Swords, we can talk about abuse of power, a winning-losing mentality, rather than, we're all here on the same side. And 5 of Pentacles, there's that zero sum again, talking about some are in and some are out. There's the place where everything is warm and bright, and I'm not allowed in. I am cut out of that picture. Then we have the Ace of Swords and Temperance. Okay, so some things need to be cut away here. Ace of Swords says our new beginning comes from what we cut away. Trimming the fat. I know I get aggravated with my husband because up here, upstairs, there's a lot of light that comes in my windows over here during the day. Downstairs, it's like a cave. And he will go all day without turning any lights on down there. And I'll walk down and it's like, it's dark down here. And I think, sit in the dark and everything. But he is turning lights off so it doesn't take electricity. And here I am, with my great array of lights all around me. First of all, I'm getting cataracts and I need bright light to be able to see. But second of all, it's just, maybe I need to start thinking about the resources that I'm using. Many days I, do not light up my altar because I don't need to have that light burning all day, or shutting off all my lights when I leave the house, So there's something there. What can we trim? What can we take out of our lifestyle that taxes the resources that we share? Where can we trim our excesses so that we can attract something more to us? And then we've got Temperance here. So there are lessons to be learned and integrated. We have to integrate new ways of being. You don't just bring things into balance by going, okay, we're going to do this now. Things need to be integrated. We need to balance needs with resources, and everything gets integrated. Then we got the Moon down here. It's a big mystery, guys. It's a big mystery. Nobody's got pat, easy answers. We have to feel our way forward, but we need to feel our way forward in the best possible way. And I'm thinking 1 second here. What did I say? Oh, I know what it was. It was the card that was on top for the spiritual AF. Vibrates so high that toxic people fall back because they no longer know how to approach you. That's it. The Moon here too talks about the shadow stuff that we still need to process, that we're still processing. And of course, in the US in the last few days, we have had another fatal shooting of children in a school. And we've got the fuckheads quacking about drag shows when children are being murdered. And so we still have a considerable shadow that we're dealing with here. And we have considerable deception and bullshit that we're dealing with here. We've got the Hermit and we've got the Queen of Wands. Okay. So here's optimism. Queen of Wands is very optimistic, bright, optimistic, and creative. Her emotions inform her, but it's her fire and her passion that leads her. And look at the Hermit this way. So, you know, with the moon coming up and then the Hermit, it does talk about spending that time going deep, deep inside, shining that light on what do I see as my individual part in this? What is my individual responsibility? What is my karmic path that landed me on this planet at this time? Because wow, right? They didn't bring the kindergartners for this particular class. Yeah. And then looky, we got the Fool. And we've got the Fool at the end. Haha, April Fool. Just kidding. Just kidding. But yeah, the conflict and strife of the fives. And what was up there again? The Lovers. Bringing things into union. Ace of Swords, a new beginning that is very well thought out, and that comes because we have lightened the load and gotten rid of some things. And then we have the Moon, the Hermit, and the Fool. We need a massive reset, and again, you've got to start it within yourself. You have to start it within yourself and really engage magically there so that it can spread. Remember the 100th monkey thing. If we have enough people who are activated, spiritually, intellectually, emotionally activated, and we reach a certain critical mass, it spreads into the population. They've watched this in nature many, many times. Okay. What a way to bring Women's History Month. Yes, I thought the same thing, Catherine, with those two girls. Yes. Hidden Figures. Okay, I have not seen it, but I'd like to. Those were the women behind, I mean, that wasn't, no, it wasn't the Bletchley. Those were the black women in the U.S. Was it like the beginnings of NASA? I can't remember. But yes, I do want to see that movie. Thank you so much for the reminder. You know, every day on Facebook, there's something coming across about the woman that was behind some big, discovery or breakthrough that some man has claimed. Everywhere. All right. Know when to hold him, Hermit, know when to fold him. That's right. That's right. Absolutely. Okay. Who's up next here? Let me put you so I won't forget that we have. All right, we'll just do that to take care of myself here. All right, who's up next? Number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Yes, Mystical Shaman. All right. So I'm going to kick my shoes off for this one. I'm going to do 1 shuffle. Three, please. 3, please. Bring us messages from Spirit. What does the Sacred Fool have to say to us in the form of the Shaman? The Shaman, the traveler between worlds. was waiting, and then a whole chunk comes out. Well, we'll see how far we get. Wild woman. Wind. And the arrow. Well, yes, wild women are creating quite a wind. Quite a wind to blow away all the bullshit. And when we become uncontrollable, do not ever doubt that, if all the men that run things became incapacitated, the women would be able to take over and do it much, much better. It's true. What was I talking to somebody about today? Oh, there are songs. My daughter showed me a song today. Of course, I can't remember what it was and who did it, but it was about relationship breaking up. And this young woman just talking about how invisible she's been and how her needs have been so unmet. And it was really poetic and really wonderful. And it was just like, no more, no more. So many young women now and young men are deciding not to be in relationships because they are not satisfied with what is on offer. And I remember saying there's going to be a whole lot more incels on this planet because women are not putting up with toxic masculinity anymore. And when we unleash the wild woman, this part of you are not going to control me. And instead of, focusing on trying to change men's minds who are trying to who are banning our right to bodily autonomy, we need to at least spend equal energy building networks of alternatives so we can care for each other underground, whatever we have to do until these fuckers die out. Was that blunt? Ooh, I'm sorry. Oh, Samantha. Hell yes. Don't go into the storm, they said. It will destroy you. I am the storm, she replied. I am the storm, and we have a focus. We have a goal. We have a target. I am sorry. I've just got... may need to go get a cough drop. But the arrow here is about focus. What are we aiming at? To have a point, we don't just want to unleash the wild woman and let it blast over the planet and destroy everything. We have to have a goal. We have to have a point. Stand still and many pass. Hold on, I need a cough drop. And looky there, I put him right next to me. Oh, you know what? All three boys are up here. There's Pilaka, and there's Mitchell, and there's Gibby back there. It must be cold downstairs. All right. Stand still. All right, I'm seeing this as stand still. With Wild Woman and Wind, it really is talking about something sweeping across, but there's a part of us inside that can remain still. This wind, this wildness that is going to start busting the walls out of things and bringing some tower energy does not have to rock our inner core of stillness. And there are many ways to accomplish our tasks. There are protests where we are confronting directly, where we are letting other people know, where we're at and who they can be safe with and who they can hang with. And then there's the quiet ways to go about things, the side ways to go about things. And we have the seer here. Hold on. The lower world and the child. Well, the child's like the fool. Hold on. I want to look up the lower world. and let the cough drop get down my throat a little bit. All right. The lower world holds the hidden treasures of humanity. It's a place of rich and fruitful darkness where we can find the disowned parts of ourselves and the abandoned aspects of our psyches. The lower world is the place of our ancestors where we discover the gifts and lessons from the past. It is the realm of the collective unconscious, okay. Here we can meet our demons and transform them into pure energy, our source of personal power. That was that devil over here and the moon. So again, it acknowledges we've got shadow stuff that we need to heal. This is the human condition. The things we're dealing with now have been here since there have been people on the planet. So the question then comes up, is it something that we can solve? Not as long as we're human. But when we can get new structures together that are based in a healthier psyche, a healthier collective psyche, then things can transform. We've got the seer in the middle here. So I'm getting this image of just so many people working, so many light workers just working and working and working, and starting to see and create the vision of the reality that we are going to rebirth onto this planet. We are going to. We are doing it now. Create the vision. The child says there's the fool coming in again with innocence, with the knowledge that anything is possible. All right, let me see. I saw some things going by. Miley Cyrus. No, it wasn't Miley Cyrus. I'll have to ask my daughter. Did she? She was probably logged into her YouTube account downstairs when she showed it to me. I will ask her. Very, very good. I think it was a British woman. Sam, I tried to read Women Who Run with the Wolves. I started reading it and it was dense. It didn't, I couldn't catch, you know? And that's one of those ADHD things of, if I'm not vibing with something, there's no way I can get through it. Although I know it's an incredible work. New favorite, your first mistake is assuming I'm just a little old lady. Mm-hmm. Oh, they can use the just. Oh, she's just. Mm-hmm. Go ahead and think that. I am surrounded by beautiful feline energy. Oof, that was bad. I have pictures on my Facebook of Pi Wacket yesterday morning, who was shining in the sun like patent leather. Crossing to Avalon. Okay, is that also a Clarissa Pinkola Estes? Is that her name? Hi, Sandra. The best hunter is still and waits. Ooh, I really like that. For the standstill. So that also talks about being still and engaging the seer so that we can see which path is the one we want to aim at. Being aware of the wounds of the past, the lower world. I want to keep going here. There's magic. And the crow. Ooh. So is the crow in this deck the one that crosses between the realms? Let's find out. The keeper of universal law. Yes, karma. Crow teaches us to walk our talk, to find congruence between who we say we are and who we really know ourselves to be. This winged one insists we speak truth, that we create truth instead of searching for it, and that we bring truth to every situation we find ourselves in. Wow. Right. Abso-fucking-lutely. And, you know, the gift of my cronehood and some of the diagnoses I'm finally getting is this idea that I am feeling that a lack of conflict between my destiny and who I know myself to be, and everything is just kind of integrating. I want one more here, Jaguar. Where's Pyewacket? The protector of all life in the Amazon, and in times of fear she brings courage and certainty. Jaguar's at the top of the food chain and never becomes prey. With great stealth, she can track her mark from a distance and not be seen or heard. She can wait. She can sit still and wait. She moves gracefully through the jungle, relishing the abundance of the rainforest, fearless and at ease. She knows the ways beyond death and is the master of the shadows, blending invisibly between light and dark, night and day. Wow. All right. Yes, Tavia, I'm going to reach for this deck some more. It is beautiful. It is a truly, truly beautiful deck. I've got a couple of really good new ones on the way, too. Okay. Six. No. So we have 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. Still left to go. No. 1, 2, or 3, please. No. 1, 2, or 3, please. 1. Okay. Oh, the child looks very Joan Jett. Wait, I gotta look. There she is. Crystal Rose, welcome, my dear. I'm glad you're here. Jean Shinoda Bolin. Oh, Crossing to Avalon. No, I was talking about Women Who Run with the Wolves. All right. Oh, okay. That's what I did ask. Whether Crossing to Avalon was Clarissa. And no, it is Jean Shinoda Bolin. Okay, I do have... Is it Goddesses in Every Woman? Was that hers? Or Ancient... It wasn't Ancient Mirrors of Womanhood. I think that's Merlin Stone. Been a while since I've read those. They're in my library. Thank you, Crystal Rose. Right on. Well, my Pyewacket is my Jaguar back there. You see there? Yeah, they're still there. They're still all there. Alrighty. Number 1, Morgan's. Those of you not familiar with Morgan's, I can't remember how many cards is in this deck. How many cards are in this deck? More than a tarot deck. 80-something. 88. So there's 10 more cards than tarot. And if you see the backs, which it's hard to see because they're so light and my lights are so bright. Come on now, you can do it. Love is God. All right, I'm gonna do a 3x3 grid because they can make some interesting pictures. Okay. I saw something the other day that I thought was really ridiculous, and I'd like to know how you guys feel. There is a deck by Lo Scarabeo called the Invisible Tarot. You pay the same amount as another tarot deck. I think it's like $26 or something. All the cards are blank. They have a little border, they have a title and a number, and they're blank. So that you can draw your own pictures. Now they talk about how, I think it was the Golden Dawn, required their students and their initiates to draw their own tarot deck. Very noble. It's great. The 26 bucks, you can get for like 10 bucks a big box full of tons of cards, and you can put your own titles on them. That just felt like a kind of a money grab to me. Anyhow, Crystal Rose, the music is from my Mother Drum circle that I did. There is a playlist, I believe there's a playlist called Mother Drum that has the entire CD on it, which has guided meditation and stuff. And you are welcome to it. All right. Wow. So, oh, this is fascinating. We have Do It Now. I'm going to hold these up so you can see them. I got to try to keep them level so it can focus. Do It Now. Launch the boat. And on this side, we have There Is Nothing You Can Do. And look at how it's separated. There is nothing you can do. So you can look at it as there's nothing you can do, fatalistic, you know, or there is nothing. There's the zero. You can do it now. And in the middle, we have insignificant change, which you could also look at as insignificant change, but they're two separate words. So we are insignificant change, and there is nothing we can do. And look at them cutting apart this yin yang, cutting apart that balance, trying to separate out. So we are capable, we can do things, but we also have to acknowledge what is within our power and what is not. What's in our sphere of influence and what is not, as things are changing. So that we don't, not so that we get into like, oh, you know, I might as well not try because I can't do anything, but so we don't get ourselves frustrated trying to do something that is beyond our scope. All right, let's see here. So in the center is I still don't understand, and we have a computer, an IBM computer. Remember those? That used to be like the, come on, that used to be the gold standard. I still don't understand, but it's a computer, and it says that knowledge is different than understanding. So a computer can know everything and be able to calculate, but the thing that it misses is that understanding, the ability to analyze and then synthesize and come to a greater understanding that that comes in that Aquarian flash, and not in, you know, the calculations and the logical left brain stuff. What are you feeling now? So if we go from left and right, what are you feeling now? I still don't understand. Right. And not completely understanding does not absolve you from doing the work that is presented to you, that is put in front of you. You don't have to understand. You don't have to understand things in order to heal them. You don't have to understand things in order to do them. If you know something needs to be done, I know this thing needs to be done. You don't need to take the time and, you know, trying to understand the entire thing. If you know this is my job to do, you can just do it. And then we have, come on. We have try to relax. We can also see do it now and what are you feeling now? Do it now. What are you feeling now? That we can kind of find that motivation and impetus inside of us. Oof. So here, what are you feeling now? Somewhere there's an energy leak. Where are we expending energy that we don't have, that we can't afford? And then down at the bottom, okay, oh, these are fun. Do it now. What are you feeling now? Somewhere there is an energy leak. So we have to acknowledge, even when we're feeling pressured to do something now, we've got to look at whether we have the energy to do it. And we also have to be able to look at things in the sense of what exactly does need to be done in the most efficient way, so I don't waste a lot of time getting a very small thing done. Then look at this insignificant change. I still don't understand. Who am I? So, who are you when you're in significant change? Who are you when you feel that an identity, an external identity you've been carrying no longer applies to you? Who are you? You are the person that is in significant change. You are the person that doesn't understand. You are the person that is asking the questions and doing the deep look. And the deeper you look at who you are, the deeper you look in that mirror, hopefully the less you will understand if you're doing it right. Because you find all these ego constructs start sort of falling away until you're left with just this seed of consciousness. And then there's nothing you can do, try to relax. Ho ho ha ha, he 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 he. There's the divine fool laughing at us, trying to relax and getting all serious and trying to get things done. And look at the one in the middle. Boo! So, don't take ourselves so seriously. We do have big destiny kind of work to do. But we can do it in a joyful way, in the moment, in touch with our feelings, in a relaxed way, making sure that we're not going overboard and spending energy that we can't afford to spend, or wasting our resources in, when we could get something done much more efficiently. Boo says, and no matter how much you prepare, the universe is going to surprise you. No matter how much you prepare, life is going to jump out at you and surprise you. And I want to find something here. Wait. It's so funny how I have all kinds of little things stuck around. And hold on, this will be worth it, I promise. Please let me find it, please let me find it. Here it is. The universe is a system that creeps up on itself and says, boo, and then laughs at itself for jumping. That's Alan Watts. And if you don't know who Alan Watts is, please Google him and find some of his stuff on YouTube. You will be glad you did. So I'll give that again to you. The universe is a system that creeps up upon itself and says boo, and then laughs at itself for jumping. All right. Tavia, invisible deck sounds like a pet rock. Yeah, no kidding, exactly. Right, but you're still hand drawing the entire thing. So, I mean, I see that $26, God almighty. $26 is a heck of a lot cheaper than getting one's own artwork printed on quality cardstock. That's true. I mean, I guess it just depends on what you like. You know, do you want it prepackaged for you? Do you want it like completely starting from scratch? I'm sure they'll make money off of it. And the invisible deck equals the Emperor's new clothes. Yes. All right. I still don't understand knowledge versus understanding. Classic intelligence versus wisdom in D&D terms. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Intelligence or knowledge is about externals. Wisdom is in here. And it can't be quantified, and it can't be transmitted. You know, you can't have a big aha insight and translate that to somebody else. They have to go through their own experience. Move more into grokking to see more options for actions. Yes, absolutely. More into grokking instead of just knowing. Oh my God, Tavia. They're coming to take me away. Haha. He just died, like last week. The guy, what was it, Napoleon the 14th, I think his name was. I had that record. Who else had that record? They're coming to take me away. Haha. They're coming to take me away. Ho ho. Hee hee. Haha. And which one did you quote? To the funny farm where life is beautiful all the time, and I'll be happy to see those nice young men in their pretty white coats, and they're coming to take me away. Oh, ah, hilarious. And basket weavers who sit and smile and twiddle their thumbs and toes, and they're coming to take me away. Oh my God, it's the best. All right. Oh my God, want to hear a fun record that's a blast from the past? Find the Flintstones Tell the Story of the Three Little Pigs. Okay. All right. I will look that up. We are a unique bunch. We are crazy. We are God's fools. Yes, indeed we are. Okay. Yay, Sandra. Hell yes. Okay. Poll. Everybody that's in here now in the chat room, how many of you had that record? Stick your hand up. Just say me, 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 me. Okay, so we have the Shapeshifters, and we had the Spiritual AF left. And I think two. That's what I was hoping. I was hoping Shapeshifters would come first and we could finish with Spiritual AF. And that's the way it's shaking out. Okay. You want to know what I love about this deck? Among many things. Watch this. Looks like a big chunky deck. Oh. It is the most tender deck. It shuffles so sweetly and easily. And you know, people that look at cards and go, oh, this is so flimsy. The thing that you have to understand is the thinner cardstock bends so easily that you don't have to bend it out of shape to get it to shuffle. All right. Sandra had it. I had it. All right, I will check in. Me. Who else? Come on. No, me. I mean, me. I'm a hot mess tonight, y'all. I don't feel like it, but I am. Okay. Now, Shapeshifters. All right, Shapeshifters. Okay. Okay. We have the Butterfly Ferrets, I Am Reborn. We have Mermaid in a Pond, Rediscover Your Individuality, Become the Dragon, and Miss Spiderweb, Reconsider Your Alliances, Make New Connections. Okay, so Butterfly Ferrets, look at that, I Am Reborn. And we had that insignificant change with the butterfly at the top. So let's go back to that image of transformation of the chrysalis. And what happens when a caterpillar turns into a butterfly? Is that after, and you know, different than a moth, because those little worms weave silk around them. But the caterpillars that become butterflies and through a chrysalis, their body becomes the chrysalis. You know, if you see like monarch caterpillars, how it splits down the back and that skin sloughs and it kind of goes and becomes solid in this incredible shape with gold spots around the top. It's incredible. But the thing is, they turn to a big ball of goo. Everything kind of dissolves and then it re-differentiates into the new structure of the insect and the wings. So what do we need to do to be reborn? We have to let the false structures dissolve. We have to let the old self, we shed that skin and let all those old things dissolve. And here's where, you know, one of the big roadblocks in our way as Westerners is we don't have that Buddhist thing drilled into us from the beginning, that ego, that our identity is not solid, is not permanent. It's not a permanent thing. And when you go through that process of, like, say you say, you know, I don't understand. Okay, who is the one that doesn't understand? Or, you know, I'm feeling tired. Who is the one that's tired? Well, you know, the one that just did all these things. Okay, who is the one? You know, just keep asking, who is the one? And you go past those layers. It's a great little exercise. But we have to be willing to let our false selves dissolve in order to rediscover who we really are. Our true spiritual identity, not our ego identity. And I love this, become the dragon. I'm thinking about that wild woman in the wind, becoming the dragon, and then reconsider your alliances and make new connections. So this is another thing when you look at who you share energy fields with on a consistent basis. And are those people on the same track as you? Are they coming on a pace with you? Are they getting their work done at the same pace as you? And maybe some of those sort of need to dissolve and go away too, and you make new connections. Or maybe you just go it alone for a while. Alice in a Sea of Tears, cast away out of your doubt, out of your depth, feeling abandoned. And then we have the fairy ring, new skills, advanced training, rapid improvements. Okay, let's see here. So in what way are we feeling out of our depth and abandoned? I'm sure in so many ways. In so many ways. Women in this culture, in so many ways. Children, people of color, LGBTQ people, all of us that aren't white European males are feeling abandoned by this world. So perhaps what we need to do now is it's our turn to abandon that world and start on our own here. New skills, advanced training, rapid improvements. When we turn our attention from beating our head against the stone walls that are refusing to crumble and knowing that they are crumbling from the inside, maybe what we do is go to new training and look at the new skills that we're really going to need so that we can recover our abandoned selves. So that we can be the one, the dragon here that comes in, the dragon that rescues the princess. Isn't that a twist? Maybe it's not the knight that rescues the princess from the dragon, but it's the dragon that rescues her from the knight. Okay. Wow. All right, let me see here. I got to go back a little bit. Sam, I'm Beowulf, the big bad wolf, and I'm mean as I can be, and I'm so rough and I'm so tough that Oh my gosh. Yes, I do love this Oracle deck, Marcy. Tavia, goo. I'm in the goo stage. Yeah, I really feel like I'm in the sort of reforming stage. Never before thought of Socrates meeting the Buddha. Ah. Socrates meeting the Buddha. Wow. That would be a fascinating. I mean, is there anything about that? Did they? Better at shaking off the energies that feel like ankle weights. Hello. Hi, Tarot Jackpot. Very nice to see you. I'm so glad you checked in and said hi. Okay. Now, oh, look at this. When I got this deck out, she was on the bottom, and I kept seeing her because clearly as you can see, that card stands out quite uniquely in this deck, and she kept flashing at me, and I didn't pay any attention to her. I just shuffled. So this, a twist in the tail, the unexpected, a change you didn't see coming. All right. And you know, here's the thing. So we talk about the fool energy and stuff, and I was thinking about comedy shows, you know, and the fools that entertain us, whether it's like improv theater or, you know, Seth Meyers, I love him so much, Stephen Colbert, the ones that keep us laughing at the bullshit that's going on. Thank the goddess for them. But thinking about being in, there's nothing to me that seems to be more terrifying than improv theater. To have to think on your feet that way is something else. But maybe when we are in the position of having to think on our feet, if we look at ourselves as, oh, I'm in an improv comedy sketch, it might be a little bit easier if we can lighten the way we look at it and look at things with humor and just go, okay, you know, I'm in improv theater, and just try something different, something unexpected, without thinking about, oh my God, what's going to happen from this and the weight of those consequences. But yeah, a twist you did not see coming, a change you didn't see coming. Well, it's coming. Good for you, Sandra. All right. Maybe the mothership is about to arrive. You know, my sister-in-law, we're talking about that a couple days ago. And I was saying that, you know, there's a Dolores Cannon, I think it was talking about extraterrestrials. And, you know, much talk about how long they've been watching our planet. Got the fairy ring and twist in the tail again, came flying out. I'm going to leave these two. And that, you know, they're not going to let us ruin everything. And I said, you know, to me, yeah, we have this absolute jewel of a planet. And who knows, well, you know, the whole gamut of what other planets have gone through as far as, you know, planets dying and them having to leave and go elsewhere. And there may be some that are here to, you know, for our benefit, and they want to save us all. But there may be others that are just like, you know what, if whatever, they're going to do what they're going to do. If they destroy themselves, then at least we'll have this wonderful planet and all its resources for us. So the ones that are watching us, maybe they will stop us before we do anything horribly destructive. But I think if we don't stop in time, they'll just go, oh well. Here's a nice planet for us. New skills, advanced training, rapid improvements, and the unexpected, and a change you didn't see coming. So the person with the greatest capacity for change wins. Always, always, always. When the unexpected happens, we've got to be able to shift. Like that improv theater, you've got to be able to just respond to what's happening, not to try to push it into a form that you recognize so that you can do the same old behaviors to affect it, right? The ability to change is a big one. And now, the spiritual AF. Woman on the edge of time. Okay. Is it a novel, Tavia? All right, I'm going to shuffle them this way. Okay. I don't know if you can see the one that's facing up here. It's okay to start the fuck over if you have to. All right. I'm going to take 3 out of here. The first one is, maybe you literally can't even. Like, oh, I literally can't even. Gossip dies when it hits wise ears, and stop looking for happiness in the same place you lost it. Oh ho ho ho! Wow. Maybe you literally can't even. Think you can't even? Slow your eye roll, step back and give it another think. Guess what? Chances are you probably can even, with a way better attitude and some love in your heart. Today, if you catch yourself feeling like basic bitching out on someone, take a deep breath, call on all your hood rat angels. Remember that you and all beings are tiny specks of the divine, and surprise yourself with how you literally just evened. What was the pith, the heart of that? With a better attitude and some love in your heart. And that better attitude starts with a better attitude towards yourself. If you start genuinely speaking to yourself with love in your own head, things start to change. Gossip dies when it hits wise ears. Here's how to get wise. Refuse to hear stories that aren't yours to hear. Refrain from telling stories that aren't yours to tell. If someone comes at you with an, "Oh my God, did you hear about?" Stop them right there and ask if it's gossip, rumor, dirt, or other such junk. This tends to kill everyone's shit-talking boner. So that's a little down-to-earth one. Stop looking for happiness. And you know the other filter there, you guys know it. Is it kind? Is it true? Is it kind? Will it help? And is it necessary? Kind of comes in there too. So I think, is it necessary and will it help come together? Because if it's necessary, you're going to tell somebody, and if it's necessary, it's going to help something, right? So will it help and is it necessary, I think, are the same one. But it's a wonderful filter to run things through. And you can run the filter on what you're saying to yourself too. Okay, stop looking for happiness in the same place that you lost it. That's a corollary of you cannot solve a problem with the same mindset that created it. Quit going back to people, places, and things that make you unhappy. Were you sad when you were getting drunk all the time? Quit that. Do you drink every time you see that friend even though you don't want to drink because it makes you sad? Quit that friend. What was the thing that just came up twice? The fairy ring. New associations. Does Forever 21 make you feel fat? Tell Forever 21 to fuck off. Does that lover leave you feeling unlovable? Don't go looking for love from that lover. It may not be easy, but it's simple AF. And that's the thing. At the beginning, I was talking about spiritual truths. The closer they are to universal truth, the more ground they cover, and the simpler they are. So it is simple. Look at the areas of your life that you end up going, I wish I hadn't done that, you know? And find a way, whether you can do it on your own or whether you have to reach out to maybe AA or some other support group that can help you to have a touchstone while you detach from the things that are hurting you. The mushrooms will take over the planet when all the humans are gone. Yes, yes, yes. Absolutely they will. And I mean, they're eating, the mushrooms and the fungi are eating atomic waste in Chernobyl. They're eating plastic. There are places that have made packing material, almost like a styrofoam, out of mushrooms that then biodegrade. Mushrooms are going to save us, y'all. Maybe first of all, they save us by adjusting our attitudes. I'm so glad that finally psychedelics and cannabis are getting the research that was so suppressed. That alone is something that can shift the bedrock, in my opinion. A fiction, a plot. Okay, plot twist book. Okay, that sounds good, Tavia. Thanks for the suggestion. Not that one. Okay, and that author is, who did you say? Marge Piercy. All right, I will be coming back to this chat and looking that stuff up. Because I'm terrible. I think this is an autism thing. I tend to reread my favorite books again and again rather than going and reading new things. I stay, kind of like, when Lord of the Rings came out on video, and we watched it every day for that first year. It's so funny, the more I learn about being diagnosed in adulthood with autism, and I start looking at these lists and things, and it's like, oh my God, wow. So I do need to reach out and read something new and have my brain kind of cracked open that way. If a person or a thing is toxic, kick it to the curb. Yes, indeed, Sandra, I absolutely agree. All right. Pardon. All right. So, you guys, we've been here for an hour and a half. And I love this little spiritual AF deck, and I want more. I want more from it, so here we go. Mushroom saved your life. Absolutely. I mean, yes. I am very much interested in microdosing, and I'm not going to say anymore. Anyway. Okay, something wanted to come out. Let's just go here, because these are fun. Beautiful things happen when you distance yourself from negative shit. What's the first thing you thought of when you read negative shit? Write that shit down and take some space from it for a week. Then notice what happens in your life. You'll probably really like the results. Don't be an ungrateful shit. Seriously, if you're reading these cards, you're privileged AF. And that is the truth. You can read. Reading is super fucking fantastic. Think about how many generations of people didn't get to read. Fuck yeah, we're not completely fucked. We know how to read. Stop stressing over shitty AF people. The vast majority of your time spent in strife and stress is simply because we're stressing over shitty people. If you catch yourself thinking about a shitty person, oh boy, is this a call out? Oh man. Take a moment and think about an awesome AF human. If you're going to spend time crawling up other people's asses, it might as well be someone awesome. All right. People aren't ignoring you. People aren't ignoring you, love bug. People are busy as fuck with their lives. The way to stop feeling ignored is to get busy with yours. Take up knitting if you have to. Get into it. No one's ignoring you. They're probably just reading or something. Go read. The day you stop worrying whether or not someone is ignoring you is the day you get busy AF leading your own life. And we're going to go with this one at the very last here. Look at the fucking moon. Just look at that thing. It's lovely AF, right? You're welcome. We're going to leave it at that. Thank you, Tavia. Yes, please hit that like button. It helps me so very much. Go watch that, the Midnight Magic unboxing, because it's a very special deck. Indeed it is. And Friday, there will be another very brand new deck getting unboxed. I will tell you what it is. It's the Talisman Oracle. I can't wait. It arrives on Friday. I have 2 more decks arriving, and once tomorrow and 2 of them on Friday. So look forward to those. Yippee skippy, I get to buy new decks. That's my big privilege. All right, you guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you're not subscribed, please consider doing that. And the likes are much appreciated. If you really, really appreciate it and you would like to support me a little bit, there are links down below where you can, send me a little tip, or you can join my Patreon. And I am getting ready to relaunch for my patrons the astrology course, the basics and the flat wheel, although I may just cut that down into little bites and put it on the channel. I'm not sure. Anyway, thank you all for hanging out with me. I really love you. You're all special, and I appreciate you. And Please have an excellent, wonderful day, evening, night. Enjoy your April Fool's Day. Do not, illegitimi non carborundum. That's what I'm going to leave you with. Pseudo Latin, which says, don't let the bastards grind you down. I will see you next time, you guys. Thanks again. This is Luna. Mwah. Blessed be.